Today, I'm breaking down the top 3 mistakes I see new growers make and how you can dodge them like a pro. But first, check this out. Let's give a quick shout out to this video's sponsor, AC Infinity. If you're an indoor grower and you're looking for the highest quality grow gear out there, you got to check out acinfinity.com. Their tents, fans, grow controllers give you total control over your grow environment so you can dial things in exactly how you want them and grow stress-free. Go check out all the grow gear at acinfinity.com and use coupon code DUDEGROWS for a great deal. That's acinfinity.com, coupon code DUDEGROWS. All right, let's get back to learning some grow. Let's do this, Scotty. I like dodging things like a pro. Call myself a pro grower. I don't call myself a pro grower, but let's help some growers out.
Absolutely. These aren't pro grower mistakes right here. These are new grower mistakes, but man, I've made these mistakes and a lot of these are seems very logical. So let's get through them.
All right. The first mistake that I've been guilty of with houseplants, weed plants, pepper plants, everything is overwatering. Too much love.
Yes. It's so easy to do because the only thing you know about a plant when you first start is you water it. Plants need water, right?
Yeah, 100%.
They need
and you
air.
Be able to
Oh, sorry. I just got to jump in. They need water, but they need air too. It's got to be the roots work in aerobic conditions. They need moisture just like we do, and they need air just like we do.
I've seen it bad too. You can smell rot sometimes. What's wrong with my plant? Go visit it grow, and it's like so wet you can smell the rot.
Yes.
But if the container sizes and you're physically able to check water weight in them right after you water, you'll start to know. I mean, plants can get pretty damn light before they wilt. You're like, I've lifted up the plant that wasn't even wilting yet. Wilting meaning your leaves are starting to go down and you don't want to get to that point. And I'm like, that plant is definitely light enough. The next one is media color. Peat changes color, cocoa changes color, and all looks a little different. Sometimes a lot different. Cocoa is very showing in the shades of brown of that it's watered, or I can just look through my tent window. Oh, look at that. Cocoa's a really light color tan right now. I know those plants need it.
Yeah, you know what? That can be deceiving because I agree with you, but it is easy enough. Or what I do is I lift the pot up. I mean, that is the way to really determine how much water is left or how much moisture is left in that media. And you start by picking it up when it's soaking wet right after you watered it. And that thing should be at least half that weight. There should be less than half that weight or around half that saturated weight before you re-wet it. And man, we talk, I'm a microbe guy. These bacteria are aerobic, meaning they need air. So if you're just drowning these roots all the time, those root hairs, they need air. And then all the life that colonizes around them need air as well. So it's a big deal drowning your plants.
Don't trust. I mean, maybe. What do you think? I see people like to get those little moisture meters. They're not that expensive. They got like the probe and you stick it in there and it says wet or dry. I've seen those be very, very inaccuracy quite a bit. So I give those like a mixed review as far as being able to tell when your plant needs water.
I found those at the dollar store before. Okay. So I don't think it's a very sophisticated measuring device. But picking the plants up is a really good one. And then building your media, right, is also a really good one, right? I heard somebody was saying they used manure. I used cow manure as my base. That is heavy, that is going to stay wet. That's why they have perlite and that's why they have cocoa, all these things to aerate your soil.
Roots needing oxygen are not getting too wet. That's what trips me out about deep water culture, where 95% of your root system is submerged in water. Granted, you have an air stone there, so you're giving them oxygen, but it's fascinating.
Oh, God, fascinating, man. I don't know. It brings back PTSD for me or something. All those air stones you have to check. And then water only holds air. The hotter the water gets, or the warmer it gets, the less oxygen it can hold. Man, you need to keep that water, cool. I used to keep it 68, 69 degrees to hold maximum amount of oxygen in there. But yeah, that's a perfect example of plants needing oxygen and roots needing oxygen, even when they're growing in plain water.
Well, that's kind of like the roots sit in water to a degree in a sip bucket, like your real buckets.
Yep. And it's another thing. That's why I can only have a little bit of water. If it didn't matter, I just have a big bunch of water in there and let the roots grow into it. But with sip buckets, the surface area of the amount of water and the depth of it whatever the mathematical calculation is, as long as it's under 2 inches of water, there's enough surface area oxygen or air to properly oxygenate the roots that are sitting in there. Science, dude.
All right, next one here. I've been guilty of selling this, chasing nutrients instead of controlling the environment. I worked at a grocery store, a few different grocery stores for many years. And my God, I could not believe how many bottles. Like, how can we have all this inventory? Like, look at all this, like, and so chasing nutrients, or we call, Grandma, I don't know if you can show this, sexiness. This is one of my favorite bottles, Bloom Bostic from Atami. It's got the girl and the diamonds on it. She's kind of cute too for an animated chick,
But don't worry, it's getting there, Rambo. It's getting there, man. All right, can you make her look real, Mrs. Boom Blastic? I like it, man.
Nothing against that product. I've actually talked to some legit growers that are like, we dig on this shit, but it's labeling's kind of funny.
No, I got to jump in and say that product is 500 pounds. I don't know what a pound is compared to the dollar. We'll say it's $500. If you get that, even if you get a $50 bottle of that, it's a bloom booster. It's going to make my weed bloom bastic, man. What do?
Yes,
you go mix it and you apply it to your plants. And then you go, man, I want this. Like, I'm going to put this again on tomorrow. And that's how you overwater your plants. You spend too much time believing in the next big new thing, and you get away from the fundamentals. My plant has to breathe.
Yeah. Simply get equipment and monitor your environment. One of my favorites is the Pulse Pro, Pulse Zero, PulseGrow.com is where you can find these. Yeah, coupon code DUDE will hook you up over there too. But this thing monitors everything you need to know, data logs it through the app, and you can put set points on everything in your environment. For very affordable to know what's going on when you're changing your fan speed, when you turn the dial on your humidifier, all these little things you do, you want to know how it's affecting your environment. So don't, go all through all these bottles and spend money on your environment first.
Yes.
The message here. Make sure it is completely dialed before you go off on anything else.
Yeah, and any kind of remote temperature and humidity sensor you can get, that's big. And yeah, just plan. Think about it. If you can buy that bottle of Bloom Bastic or another 3 floor fans, what do you think's easier to sell if you're at the hydro store, right?
No, well, just check out the girl on it, Scotty.
Yeah, they need to remarket those floor fans. I'd buy a floor fan if it came in a box like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Back in the day, some of the most interesting labels came from Advanced Nutrients.
Oh yeah.
Certain point, I was like, what are we doing here?
They were a marketing company is what they were. Wasn't really anything super innovative. They just brought standard products or products that were known to work, and they marketed them more aggressively than everyone else. So I ain't got no hatred for that. And, meaning that I shouldn't say hatred. I ain't got no problem with somebody coming in and marketing. That's what marketers do. It's up to us as consumers to separate the wheat from the chaff. What does that mean, Grandpa?
Yes.
Chaff is bad on top of wheat, and so you want to separate the chaff from it.
Is that because you're from Iowa? You know that?
No, I'm just American.
All right, number 3 here. Not paying attention to what type of genetics you're dealing with. Random cut. You don't know nothing about bag seed, whatever. You got to start strong with your genetics.
Yes. And what's I think our buddy Jaron over at New Millennium says you'll never outgrow your genetic potential. And I don't know, does that apply to us too, Grambo? What if I study really hard?
I'm never playing in the NBA. That's just not happening.
True, man. It's true. But if you get bag seed, I get given bag seed all the time, and I just don't want to risk it. I wanted somebody will hand me a cut that is a proven winner. And man, that's what I go with. And I have a lot of success. It makes growing easy.
Definitely. Especially when you get tips on it, especially when you get, proper finishing times. When you're coming from a clone, that's achievable. Growing from seed, even from the same seed pack, you might see some different finishing times between different phenos. But quick shout out to Seeds Here Now. Great seed bank. They got tons of quality genetics. JR Killer Cuts, buddy of ours that ships clones out. If you're going to get clones and you're paying for them, we prefer here through Grows that you're getting rooted clones, unless you're very experienced getting unrooted clones that people call slips that people still ship. But yeah, There's a lot of ways to get in strong genetics off like right away these days.
Yeah. And by the way, pick genetics that suit your grow style and your grow skill level, I'll say. Like some of the OGs, some of the hazes that go 10, 11, 12 weeks, I heard that those are dying for 11 or 12 weeks. So there's a lot of potential for things to go wrong there. So just understand the genetics you're getting and pick one that fits your growth space and your abilities, I'll say, or your expectations.
And debatable, maybe another video. Don't assume autos are going to be easier for you if you're a beginner. There's a lot of caveats to growing autos. So
they're not going to be easier for you. Autos, you have to keep everything. You have to know what you're doing, and you can't screw up because they're counting down. They're going to, what is it? You got to count down right from when that seed pops, 70, 80 days, something like that. With the photo period plant, if you mess up, if you're like, man, I let it get too dry or I overwatered, then it took 10 days for me to get it to come back to normal. No problem, man. So yeah, I don't recommend autos. Sorry, I'm looking at the auto flower pack I'm supposed to plant. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it, dude. All right.
You do it. All right. Let us know in the comments below some tips you would give some new growers to succeed. What fail points have you had on your first or second grow that you upped your grow game with? Tell us in the comments below.
Yes. Did we get it right? Come on. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Share this video with another grower you know. And check out the other couple of videos YouTube's recommending. All right.